And we're live, guys. Hello.
Well,
hello.
Hello.
everybody.
Welcome. Look at you, ladies.
Hey.
It's a nice Thursday evening. Welcome, everybody. Shoot, this is it. We finally got together, cuz.
Yay.
What's up? So shout out to everybody. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We are getting down doing cocktails with none other than the Lady Victoria Eady Butler, great-great-granddaughter of Nearest Green, Uncle Nearest, and also to the curator of our small batch, the 1884, the master blender herself. So I'm here with that lovely lady, and thank you so much for Sailor, my white chocolate sister up there in the PNW hanging out. Are you outside, Sailor? I didn't see that.
Outside.
I didn't miss that part.
It's finally
My
not raining,
bad.
so here I am.
Yeah. I made a run in, so I had my mask on earlier, so I want to show you all the cool little Uncle Nearest mask, branded mask. They're delicious and beautiful. Keep yourselves protected out there because COVID is still running wild, y'all. So stay protected.
Absolutely.
Stay safe. Yes. So Victoria, hi,
Hey.
darling.
Hi.
You
I bring you greetings from our
Yes.
beautiful welcome house at the Nearest Green Distillery.
That's what
Love
I'm
it.
doing. Where are you? Yes, that looks beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Look at that.
So-
So that balcony is so gorgeous. What's up there, Victoria?
That is where we house some of our awards. We are fortunate that we have gotten so many that we ran out of space.
I love it.
But you can't.
That's right.
You can see that, right?
Well, yes. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah. And they have you set up. They got you set up. Where are you at? You're down at the Horseshoe Bar?
I am in the Horseshoe Bar, and I am here with none other than the great Speedy.
Speedy.
Chris Speedy Krantz. My man
Yeah.
Speedy. Is he looking fluffy and hairy? Did he shave or what's going on?
He has not shaved.
Right on. What's up,
Speedy?
Speedy?
Let Speedy tell y'all hi.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Come on, Speedy.
I'm so glad.
Yay!
There he is. Look at him, my man. I did not
So I
look
heard-
at it. You all look so tall on camera.
Stop
I
it.
beg your pardon?
I said you look
Stop
so
it.
tall on camera.
We are tall.
Mhm, mhm.
Talking about we
We're
look
just fine,
tall.
thank you.
We are just fine.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we have a beautiful, wonderful show, and this is our first time doing this podcast. Is that right, ladies? I'm very
Yes.
This
excited.
is our first time.
Yes. So we gonna knock this one out the park. We've been talking about this for a while, and I'm so glad to finally be able to get down and make some beautiful cocktails with you and have a good time and talk about Uncle Nearest. So first, let's talk a little bit about you, and then we'll probably get into that first drink. You want to do that?
Mm.
We're gonna make it easy. So tell me about yourself, young lady, and where you come from and all that good stuff, please.
Well, you've already said that I am Nearest Green's great-great-granddaughter. I was born in Tennessee, actually in Shelbyville, where our beautiful distillery is. And I was raised in Lynchburg, Tennessee. And I have been in Murfreesboro, Tennessee since 1981.
81.
So, yeah. So I live in Murfreesboro, not too far from our distillery. And so I'm close enough to come whenever need be.
Yes, that's good. That's good. Now, how many brothers and sisters you got, Miss Victoria?
I have a bunch. I have a big family, and I love them all dearly. I have three sisters, and 5 brothers.
Woo!
3 sisters and 5 brothers. All right.
Yes,
Mhm. Your mom was a beautifully strong woman.
and still is.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. To birth 9 children, boy. I can't wait to see that lady's face and give her a high five. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that that she did. You know, we have a great time when we get together. So I'm grateful and for all of my siblings, and I love them dearly.
Amen. Amen. Now tell me, how
but me,
in the world?
I only had one.
Right.
I have one wonderful son and one great, beautiful grandson.
Aww.
All right. Ain't that right? Well,
yeah.
Well, you know what? Then definitely this is going to be a good time. We are celebrating Juneteenth, and we're also making sure that we build each other up and stay strong through all this chaos and all this stuff that's going on right now. So peace and love to your son and your grandson for sure.
Thank you, and the same to your family, Jay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now,
and
tell
this
me
is
about
just,
how do we...
Jay, can I say something real quick? I just want to remind everyone that this is just the beginning of our celebrations for Juneteenth with Uncle Nearest, because tomorrow night, so we're setting you up now, we're going to have some lovely cocktails. And if you don't have the ingredients tonight, that's okay. You're going to be able to find the recipe. This video stays on Facebook and YouTube, so you can come back to it. And you can drink along with our sister in Chicago, Chastity Beasley, and Miss Victoria again right here tomorrow. And they will be doing an incredible Juneteenth celebration with the Deuceable Museum in Chicago. So same time,
a good one.
Right here tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be a whole lot going on for sure for Juneteenth. We're looking forward to celebrating the day of Jubilee, Freedom Day. If you don't know, that is the day that the slaves celebrated being free. The slaves were emancipated in 1863 by Abraham Lincoln. But of course, the Civil War was still going on, so the slaves down south didn't actually get their freedom fully. So the day of Jubilee is June 19th of 1865 when we started celebrating. And that's when the slaves were free for sure. And we keep that going right now. And it's a beautiful time to celebrate that, celebrate our heritage, celebrate our history. And so wonderful to be able to celebrate that with Lady Victoria and Uncle Nearest, because this is the first African-American master distiller on record in the United States. And also, too, Uncle Nearest is the first African-American spirit brand that also commemorates an African-American on the label, too. So it's a beautiful thing of all coming together today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Victoria, so how did we get our hands on you? Tell me that story.
How did I come to the team?
Yeah. So I know you didn't just pop up at the Horseshoe Bar and start making drinks in the master blender. So how did that journey? How was that to getting to where you are? How did that start with us with Uncle Nearest?
Well, I had the privilege of meeting our co-founder, the beautiful Fawn Weaver, several years ago. I was one of the last ones in my family to meet her after she came to Lynchburg, Tennessee. And at the time, last February, when I was starting to contemplate retiring, Fawn and I talked, and the timing was perfect. And I left one job and started another. And for me, this is not a job. This is my passion. I have the opportunity, the rare opportunity, to continue a legacy that started over 160 years ago. So that's right. I am extremely blessed and loving every minute of it.
Yes, indeed. And you walk in the door and have something to do with the Nearest Green Foundation. Is that right?
That is right. I am the director of administration over our foundation. The foundation was set up before Fawn Weaver even launched this brand. And the foundation was set up to support all of Nearest's descendants who have the desire to go to college. It is a full ride scholarship with that includes tuition and book.
Amen.
So all of Nearest's descendants going forward have the opportunity to attend school at no charge.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful. It is indeed beautiful.
And you are in charge of that and smacking folks around if they get out of line and making sure they stay on top of their grades. Is that right?
Well, I don't smack them around, but they know to stay on top of those grades.
Yes, ma'am.
That's for sure. That is for sure.
Sure enough. So that is wonderful. And then And then you came to be the master blender. I know you didn't have any idea that was going to happen when all that went down at first. So how was that for you?
I didn't know it. When Fawn decided to launch the 1884, it was a tribute really to the family, in that a family member, a descendant of Nearest Green, would be the curator of the 1884. And I had the honor of being the first descendant to curate the 1884. And that bottle launched in July of last year, and it took off like wildfire. The public, our whiskey family, received it with open arms, and we have won double gold and gold, several awards with it. And so I made the second batch, and between the second and the third batch that I made, Fawn Weaver elevated me to master blender.
Oh, wow.
So she quickly learned and thought and believed that I had a knack for blending whiskey. And since that time, I have come to discover that I do have it. I'm pretty doggone good at it. I'm good at it, and I love it. And I have come to accept what others have said, and what Near started. I am continuing. It truly is in my blood.
Well, that is good, and that is lovely, and we can see that is so
I agree.
true. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, that being said, that's a good little amount of information. I know everybody's like, okay, we're not going to get to drinking and making drinks. So let's get in there. I would love to get started with the cocktail, the Bredda Bredda, which comes from my guy Breon and my man Fillmore at Rocksteady here in ATL. So peace out to both of those fellas, man. Thank you so much, Breon, for the love and letting us know and putting this cocktail on the menu there at Rocksteady. And whenever you guys open up, man, let us know. Put it out there so you all keep an eye on Rocksteady. But right before,
so Jay, can I intervene?
I love to. Yes.
So this drink, the Bredda Bredda, it is my favorite Uncle Nearest 1884 cocktail. You know that, and now everybody knows that. So right before all the crazy happened with this COVID, I had the opportunity to work with Jay in Atlanta. We had 2.5 packed days. We trying to get in as much as we could in as little time that we had. And during that time that I was there, we went to Rocksteady, and I had the opportunity to meet Phil Moore. He is one heck of a mixologist.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he's just a really good guy. But we were talking after the introduction, and he asked me what I liked, and he thought that I would like the Bredda Bredda. It was already on their menu. And so he suggested that that's what I try first. I think we were there 3-4 hours at Rocksteady. It is a wonderful, wonderful restaurant. Everyone from the greeter to our to the servers, the owners, everyone was just wonderful to us, and they made sure to come up to our table and talk to us. And the food is phenomenal. But we were there a long time, and Phil Moore again, he suggested that I try the Bredda Bredda first.
Yeah.
And it wound up being the only cocktail I drank all night.
Wow. Wow.
So I've been on to Jay and telling him, to tell Phil Moore and the guys over there at Rocksteady how much I appreciated that drink. And it is just an awesome, awesome cocktail. So I am trying my best to perfect it.
Yes.
I think I'm doing okay now with a lot of help from Speedy and some encouragement from Speedy. So shout out to the folks over there at Rocksteady for turning me on to my favorite cocktail.
Amen.
Love it.
Amen
Love
to
it.
that. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Breon,
I've never made this. So.
Huh?
I've never made this one, so I'm excited.
Oh yeah,
it's
this is gonna be yummy.
So if you're ever in the area, you need to go over there, Sailor, and meet Brianna and Gilmore and the crew over there at Rock Steady.
I absolutely will. I absolutely will. I can't wait.
Yeah, you know,
until this COVID happened, that was going to be the place I celebrated my birthday. Correct, Joe?
Yeah, man, it was going to be going down. We had
made big plans.
Next year. Next year is the year.
Time will come again. Absolutely.
You are absolutely right on that. And big shout out to my man Joe and Jacob at Rock Steady. I appreciate all the love you guys give us over there, and can't wait for y'all to open back up. All right. So let's see. You're not nervous, are you? You nervous?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. This is the deal. I'm just talking to y'all and all the whiskey fam that love us.
That's right.
I'm not nervous.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
And I've been making cocktails forever. It's just now, though, with Speedy's instruction, that I've learned to make them correctly. So no, I'm not nervous.
Okay.
All right.
In fact, we may do a little challenge. So no, I'm not nervous, sir.
Ooh, whoa!
I like your style, lady.
I like the attitude. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. So, what do we do first?
Ready. Let's get all our tools ready to rock and roll. The Bredda Bredda, I'll tell you real fast, it is a play on a penicillin. So a lot of you bartenders and mixologists out there, it's a play on the penicillin, which is a lovely cocktail, and the 1884 blends so well in there. Sailor, would you please hit me out, since you're the super master of all things? Tell me about what's in a penicillin, and I'll go get myself ready.
So the penicillin, the traditional, you could go down the rabbit hole on the whole penicillin thing, but so you're typically going to use whiskey, you're typically going to use a simple syrup, a lemon juice, and then maybe a little scotch on top, right?
Yep.
However, there's a lot of, just like with any cocktail, there's a lot of different variations, and there can be arguments over what came first and what's proper, and in the end, you got to just drink what you like. And so when I read this recipe, I think this is such a fun play on a typical penicillin. So I'm excited to try it. Oh,
yes. All right. So let's see. We're going to just go ahead and build it up. How I usually do my stuff in the shaker, and just go ahead and put my ice in and then put on there. Okay. Again, y'all, I come from a world of the airport, so I move kind of fast. But Sailor has been training me to slow down for the camera.
That's right.
and remember, I'm not wearing my glasses.
Okay.
Me either.
My camera's far away, and I don't want to tell you, but my eyes are starting to go like really fast.
So now that we're all old, let's get started with the cocktail.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, so you said ice in the shaker first, correct?
I'll put my ice in the shaker first, yes indeed. Okay. Then we're going to do 2 ounces. Get ready, y'all. 2 ounces of the beautiful 1884, blended by Mr. Victoria. 2 ounces of that. 93 proof, y'all. Don't forget that. Age 7 years. 7. Lucky. All right.
I love that. One of my favorite things when I read the ingredients is there's so much light, bright, creamy, caramelly goodness with lots of citrus in the 1884. So, oh my God, this sounds like it's going to be amazing.
It's like a kiss of caramel on your face. I like it. All right,
what's next?
All right, so the next is the creme de peach. Do 3/4 of an ounce.
Okay.
0.75, whatever way you like to measure. You know what I'm saying? With 3/4 of an ounce.
Okay.
Look. That looks nice.
All right.
There we go. All right. 1/2 ounce of some honey syrup.
Honey syrup, 1/2 ounce. Bird.
I'm gonna do this straight out the thing right here. That looks like about 1/2 ounce. Don't kill me, nobody. You should have seen there was pandemonium in this house as always. Right before I got started, I was like, "Oh crap! I need some honey." And here we go. Okay. So I have 1/2 ounce of that. half ounce of lemon juice.
Lemon juice, half ounce. Heard.
And I'm using fresh lemon juice.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Fresh lemon juice.
That's right. Fresh.
You got Speedy with you. I'm sorry. You know,
that's the way to go.
I apologize for using the bottle, but it's a good one though. It's organic, pure lemon juice.
How dare you?
You know what I'm saying? Trying to save the earth and be good. All right, so that's the lemon juice, and then the a quarter ounce of Suze. Did I say it right? I always mess that up. I would say Suze, but it's Suze.
So we should talk about this for a second because you guys, I just found out that Suze was discontinued in Total Wine. Yeah, that's how we couldn't find it, Jay, and a couple other stores. So I'm not sure what's going on with Suze, if they've just changed their chain of distribution or if it's being phased out. But what it is it's a beautiful bitter liqueur. So if you can't find it, don't break your head over it. Just choose another bitter liqueur as best you can if you have a hard time. But if you can find it, grab a few bottles and keep them.
Right. So I'm gonna tweak mine out and freak it out just a little bit with what I had.
I had to use something else. So.
Yeah, I called up Breon and tried to find some alternatives. And all the suggestions he had, I was like, nope, they don't have it here. Nope, they ain't got it. No, you know. So I just figured out, did a little bitters and a little bit of vermouth. That's how I looked it up. Best thing I could do. All right, so that's one quarter ounce of that, and then we have the quarter ounce of ginger syrup.
Ginger syrup.
Where I have it at? Where I have my ginger? Oh, yeah.
I'm also using homemade syrup by Speedy.
There you go.
Me too. Not by Speedy, but homemade.
I don't have any wonderful, beautiful assistants who know exactly what to do, and Speedy is a freaking monster. Man, works so dang hard. So I'm so glad that Speedy was there to help take care of you. He's my satellite hand. He handles everything right there. So thank you, Speedy. I appreciate you, brother, for sure.
He's wonderful.
Hey, Jay, what happened to your sound, dude?
Hold on. Sorry about that.
Now you're sideways. There you go. You're good.
There we go. Oh my Lord. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Having a few issues. All right. Okay.
Some people are asking a good bitter substitute. That's a good question because if you can find a golden bitter liqueur, like a golden Amaro, that's the best. Amari, if you see that word, is just plural for Amaro. Amaro means bitter in Italian, so bitter liqueur. Not bitters, the little bottle. Those are bitter tinctures. But Suze, is a regular size bottle. So if you can find a golden bitter liqueur, but at the very worst, if you really can't, just grab any type of Amaro, any type of bitter liqueur if you're in a pinch. All right.
You all right?
I call my phone and all of a sudden I can't hear it loud anymore.
There you go. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
You can hear me? Okay. All right.
Yes.
So you're kind of low. Hopefully this sound will come back one of these days. Okay. So real fast before this thing dilutes way too daggone much, let's go ahead and shake it up.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to look like Kobe. Hey, Kobe, if you're watching.
Forget it.
Bro? I see you working out, Victoria.
I got it.
All right.
There we go.
So we're doing this over a King Cube.
I cannot.
Uh-oh.
Victoria, put it up against your chest. Slap, turn, slap, turn. There you go.
Boom. Look at that. There you go. I can't see Jack.
Yeah, we're doing a King Cube, correct?
Yes, a big old King Cube, chunky monkey.
All right.
I have to give a shout out to the folks at Bar Alliance for my King.
Go ahead and pour that right on top.
So Bar Alliance is in Nashville, Tennessee. Is that correct, Victoria?
That is correct. And they were gracious enough to provide ice for me tonight.
They do a beautiful job with their ice. Beautiful. Okay, so
All right.
we're not done yet, though, right?
Not done yet.
It looks pretty though already.
Now the only thing I have a problem, I do not have the garnish, which is a piece of candied ginger or candied ginger. I do like a little lemon peel expression. So I'm gonna do that so it looks nice in the glass.
Do we have any other ingredient going in this, or just garnish?
Oh, that is a good idea. So of course in penicillin, you always have like a little top of Islay Scotch. So with this one, Breon tweaked it out and freaked it out a little bit, the same smokiness, but did a Mezcal. So that's supposed to be a Mezcal spritz on there.
Okay, so we're spritzing the drink and the glass, inside of the glass, correct?
Yeah, spritzing the drink, just right on the top. Yep.
Okay.
Thank you for that. I was running fast.
Now that's an interesting, ooh, that smells beautiful.
See that? And then I'm there we go. Throw that on there.
What's your garnish, Jay?
Ooh.
I just spritz Mezcal all over my keyboard. My husband is not going to. Oops. Sorry, honey. So we're doing a lemon peel or a lemon curl. Is that correct?
Yes.
I did not
peel,
do that.
Express it. Well, I think the lemon may knock out too much, but you still know. Go ahead and do an expression because there's nothing that's gonna knock out Mezcal. You still smell that.
I have dried ginger and a cherry.
Wow. Okay, I have a cherry.
And you know who did that, right?
Speedy.
Yeah.
So I've got one of these beautiful, I make my own cherries, but when I'm lazy, I have Copper and King's cherries. Oh my God, they're so good. So I'll use that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that it now?
That is it now. Yes. That is it. Now here comes the good part. Cheers, of course, to Lady Victoria and Sailor. And happy Juneteenth, y'all. And let's get down.
Speedy. Delicious. It is delicious.
Wow.
What do you think, Sailor?
So I am not a fan of Mezcal. And I have to tell you, this doesn't take away from the whiskey. I still taste the whiskey in this. It's not overly sweet because I don't like sweet either.
Right.
I'm tasting a little bit of everything. Is your dream cocktail is when you can taste everything.
Yes.
And wow, it is just beautiful.
Delicious.
Really beautiful. I love this.
It is absolutely my favorite drink.
That is delicious. And you guys at home, did you see how easy that was to make? That was so easy. So when we post the recipe, our lovely Miss Haley will do that for us. We'll also post some alternatives if you have trouble finding the Suze. And for Mezcal, if you don't drink Mezcal, which I don't, not a big fan, this is a beautiful Luminar, was priced really well, easy to find in a lot of the major stores. But definitely ask the person that works in your liquor store for a good recommendation. I do that all the time, and I find beautiful things.
And just for the record, Sailor, this drink is good without it. I've had it with and without, and it's good without it.
Yes,
awesome.
Indeed.
So you don't even need that piece to it. Okay.
No, you do not have to have that.
Good to know.
And it's also for people who are not familiar with Mezcal and either people, to me, I've always found that either people like it or they don't. There's no in between. So for me, if you're the type of person who likes some smokiness, it can be very, very strong, pungent, and just kind of take over the flavor of the cocktail sometimes. If you're not really into Mezcal or like a real small or strong peaty scotch, then I wouldn't even mess with it and just go ahead because how he did the cocktail, Breon did one hell of a job on this.
I think it works though. I'm not a Mezcal fan, and I would put it in every time. I mean, this might be the only reason for me to have a bottle of Mezcal in my house, and I'm okay with that. But I really like the addition to it. I understand why they added it, so I happen to like it. So, but it's good to know you can do it either way.
You can do it either way, yes indeed. But
of course, great palate, Victoria.
Yeah.
It's delicious. I'm telling you, isn't it good?
Yes, it is so good. My husband is going to get to drink these now. Babe.
Yeah.
Then, of course, nice. Of course, you have like the hint of peach. It's lovely because we're in ATL, keeping it peachy.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
But it's not sweet. It's not sweet.
No, it's not sweet. I love that.
Right. It's right. It's right there. It's right in the middle.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's take another sip. Why not?
I love it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. What are we doing next?
Next cocktail?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. All right. Let me bring out my real quick. All right. Right there. So the next cocktail, as I do this, tell you a quick little story. So the next cocktail was actually the first cocktail I made with Uncle Nearest. So in the olden days, like back in 2018, I was working full time as a bartender at 1 Flew South at the airport, and I came upon this young lady who sat in my bar by the name of Fawn Weaver, and I heard her tell the story. Actually, a friend of mine, Tiffany Berrier. Hi, Tiffany. Tiffany Berrier strongly advised her, whenever you're in the airport, go by and see my man Jay. And Fawn this day happened to have a 3-hour delay, I think. Like had a mechanical failure. Something was going on with the plane, and so she was stuck. So she had to come see me. Thank you, Lord. So that worked out great. She ended up sitting down at the bar having a good time, and I heard her tell the story to my guests at the bar, and I just thought it was so awesome. And I was like, hey, before she left, I was like, hey, Fawn, can I get your car? She's like, oh no, I don't carry cars. I was like, oh, darn it. But little did I know, as time went on, when they decided to find somebody in the Atlanta market, I got an email from Fawn that advised the sales director, Steve Hendy. What's up, Steve Henderson? To give me a call and give me a shout, and that led from there. And next thing you know, I was brand ambassador for Uncle Nearest. So that was all going down. What I started doing was I was playing around with cocktails, and I really, really, really love a nice whiskey sour. And so I tried to tweak it out pretty much. And of course, having Uncle Nearest, and I used 1856, and I wanted to pack one hell of a punch, but still be nice and subtle with the sour, because a lot of people are not hip to whiskey sours anymore. So this was my play on it. It's pretty much like a whiskey sour, and I added a little Amaretto. At the time, I added an Italian liqueur by the name of Nocella. It's a hazelnut liqueur, and I have not been able to find it in years. So. So now instead I put in Amaretto. So this is what we're gonna do for the cocktail, and it's gonna be.
I make my
yummy.
own. I have my own almond liqueur that I make.
Of course you do.
So that's a Sailor original.
Yes.
Of course.
Right.
You know how we do it, Jay.
I'm just saying.
Our team is so talented.
You're lying.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Coast to coast. We rock out, man. We totally do.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with that Sailor is you have all this stuff and you never send it to me beforehand.
Okay,
so I have
I will send it
to me either.
Okay, I'm gonna start. Fawn asked me for cocktails, so I'm gonna be like, here's a few things for Victoria, and then pass this down to Jay because you guys are closer.
That would be good.
I'm down. I'm definitely down. All right, cool. So the other part about it is a sour is a lot of people don't know. Traditionally, a sour, making a craft cocktail, a sour was actually made with egg white. And you're probably like, listen, egg white, not egg yolk, egg white. And the egg white, lemon juice, and simple syrup or sugar, same thing. It makes a sour delicious. It's like it gives it texture. It's like a meringue. That's what I say. So you'll see this. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do it first and make it. So we're gonna do a dry shake, and what a dry shake is without the ice. So that's how I would do it. Now, if I'm in the airport, I may just fly through and just hurry up and hook it up. But right now we got time. We are relaxing and chilling. So I'm gonna go ahead and make her done. So go ahead. Are you ready, Victoria? We about to crack this dang on egg.
I've cheated. I already cracked my egg.
Oh, okay, all right. Not that there's any pressure for me right now.
And I did it right. Speedy didn't have to do this for me. I did it correctly.
Okay, so Jay, are we doing one yolk right in the tin?
Just one yolk straight into the tin. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir, you got it. So I see you, T. Nisi, my friend, I love you. I see you, Lori. Tex, absolutely. Just wanted to say hi to everybody.
Hey, what's up, Tex?
Oh, let me get my ice. I'm sorry.
So we're icing this.
Okay.
What are you icing, Jay?
I'm getting my ice to shake the heck out of this thing. So
I thought we were doing a dry shake.
We are. I'm getting it for later. So as I had to say, I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick.
Confused us.
My bad. All right. So egg yolk, boom, we got it in there, right?
Okay.
Then we're gonna do. Well, you got 1884, so I'm gonna keep it 1884.
No. I've got the 56 here too.
Oh, excuse me. Wow. Okay. All right.
I've got it.
Boom. See, I put the 1856 out in front. The one that you and Fawn signed. That's Victoria right there on the back. I had to bring that on. I had to put that on camera. Oh yeah.
No, Haley, not the yolk, the egg white.
So,
okay, what are we doing?
White. I'm sorry, I did not mean to say yolk. My bad. Good catch. Okay. Good catch. Thank you so much, darling. Then we're gonna do. Let's start from the bottom and go up. Then let's do the. No, I'm sorry. Let's stick to that. Let's go ahead and do 2 ounces of 1856. There we go.
You're right, Haley. I think you did say that.
I'm sorry. Let me get my stuff together. Take a breath, Jay. Take a breath.
Take a breath, Jay. Slow down, Jay.
Getting hyped. There we go.
It's hard not to. Come on.
1856.
All right. So we got our whiskey. We've got our egg white.
Yes. All right. Now let's do the other liqueur or the other spirit. Let's do a little Amaretto. And I'll do about, I think we did an ounce on that.
An ounce?
Yes, ma'am. 1 ounce.
I'm going to do a tiny bit less, just because mine is really powerful.
Yes.
Flavor. Okay.
Let's see. Oh my God. All right. And then we'll do equal proportions. So half ounce of lemon juice, and then a half an ounce of
3/4. I need a little bit more.
Half ounce of
lemon juice. Say that again,
juice.
Jay.
A half ounce of lemon juice.
And then
a half an ounce of simple syrup.
Okay.
I got to brag again. I've got homemade syrup with raw sugar. Speedy.
Wow.
Speedy does. We do the same thing.
And that
we
was
make all our own
how much simple syrup?
Half ounce.
Okay. Yes, Haley, you're right. Egg white in the sour. So I'm writing a book on the whiskey sour, and I've gotten into several arguments that I probably should have just walked away from, but why the egg white is just so darn important. And yeah, Haley, you're absolutely right.
You walk away from an argument? Stop it, Haley.
I'm learning.
I love it. All right, so we got everything in there. Got the 2 ounces of Uncle Nearest, ounce of Amaretto, and I did half and half. You could do, if you want a little bit more, not to be so sweet, you can make it 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice and a half ounce of simple syrup. Just depending on your.
I don't think I put lemon juice in yet. Did we do lemon juice?
Lemon juice.
Yeah, I did.
Right on. And then, so we got everything in there. So we're going to do a dry shake, which means no ice yet. Just shake it up and go crazy.
So I guess we should talk about, if you are not able to consume eggs or you just really don't like them, you can use something called aquafaba, which is the water from chickpeas. I know it sounds crazy. It's not going to taste like chickpeas, I promise. but it will give you the same velvetyness that Haley mentioned. It will kind of help bring everything together, give it texture, and get that nice foam on it, and you don't have to have the egg. So,
thank you. That was a great ad, Taylor, because actually, with still being at one with my guy Ramsey and my partner in crime Jadal, they were using that, and I was like, wait a minute, this is what? This is juice from chickpeas? I was like, dude, I'm not doing that. No. Then I tasted. I was like, I don't taste any chickpea at all, and it still has the frothiness of a sour. So I was like, all right, good ad. So yeah, if you're not down with the eggs, kick it to the curb and do that. Man.
Yes,
that's awesome.
And so I take when I strain out my chickpeas at home, I have a jar that I add the aquafaba to and keep in my fridge, so that when I make an egg white, I can just use that, and it's also no waste, which is really cool.
There you go. Gotta be good. All right, so now since we did the dry shake, now we add the ice and do a wet shake. Or
I hope I shook enough.
If it's foamy, you shook enough. If you looked inside and saw foam, you're good.
I didn't see enough foam.
Okay, so shake some more then. Are we shaking again, Jay? Yeah? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you add your ice already? Because I haven't.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay.
I can't hear nothing you're saying right now, buddy. I'm shaking up real good.
Yeah, Haley, tell your husband nobody can do it like Cody Brown.
No, Cody is the master shaker.
Yeah,
that guy's biceps are way better than mine. All right. So I had some bigger. These were bigger baby cubes, but you need to do because we at the restaurant we have the cold draft cubes, which are a little bit bigger, but not as big as the king cube. So these I had in the freezer.
Ain't working.
And hooked them up, but they were kind of slightly melted. Who cares? We're good. It'll still serve the same purpose. Put your strainer on and pour right over that big baby.
Okay.
Ooh! Ooh! Like my mama say, I'm cooking with gas. Watch that. Wow. Oh yeah, by the way, shout outs to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day coming up on Sunday. Big shout out to my man Speedy, Daddy-O. One of my winky dads.
Yes, he is.
Okay, now what, Jay? Garnish?
And then same thing. I'm gonna just do it a lemon peel expression. And usually I had some Luzardo or it's actually brioche cherries, which we would have and soak them in. I don't know. It depends on what bartender was working that day, because we all put liquor on it. I had allspice dram. I put some whiskey on it. I put all type of stuff. So like a few shots of bitters. Put some anise in there, cinnamon stick. Anyway, so have some cherries and a lemon twist. But I do not have those cherries. But still, it's going to be a delicious cocktail. Throw that right in there. Look at that. Look at that. That is a work of art. As you can see, see the layer of the sour. See the egg white, the frothiness is right on top.
Yummy.
I'm telling you, take a sip of that. See how creamy and delicious it is.
Oh, damn, that's good. Woo, that is so good, you guys. This is so easy to make at home. It's so delicious.
That's delicious. It is delicious.
Be careful now, because drinking it, you're not gonna feel it like that when you first drink it. Like, that's delicious. Wait till number 2. Drink number 2.
It's really, really good.
Yes,
I'll tell you what. This, Jay, you made me put an ice cube inside my sour with egg white, which I never, ever, ever do.
Yeah.
I have a whole philosophy on that, but this works so well. I love it. So look at you. Look at you. Yes, it's so good.
I'm so happy that I was able to enlighten you with my cocktail.
Heck yeah, you do all the time. Come on.
I know that's a badge of honor right there. When I can make Sailor happy and change her mind slightly about something. That's cool. I'm down with that.
You're the mighty Jay Mads. Come on.
Child, please. I'm just working with the God gave me. I'm so happy to be here. So you got the beautiful Bredda Bredda, a play on the
Oh my goodness.
and you have the lovely Southern Connection, and that's what it was. The reason why I did that too was the Southern Connection, like you have the French Connection, right? With cognac and I'm gonna blank that fast. Cognac and grandma, right? Is that right? That sounds right. Yeah. So what I did with this one was, since we're a whiskey sour, we got Tennessee whiskey from the South. I did Amaretto, which is Italian, south of France. I call it a Southern Connection. I'm just saying. I'm using this wild my mom and dad gave me.
All right, we need to make our own almond liqueur, and we'll do it like we'll make it somehow from the South, so it can be a whole.
Man, that's good.
We'll figure it out. We'll talk.
Oh yeah.
So Victoria, so these are easy. Do you find these to be like easy go-to cocktails for you that have complexity but are simple to make and master?
Absolutely. I love cocktails. And I've always enjoyed, like I said, making cocktails. But now, thanks to guidance and direction from Speedy, I have learned the proper technique. I'm learning about ingredients. And yes, these are easy. They're easy, but they're absolutely delicious.
Yeah, very easy to make, very easy to master, and just it gives you that restaurant quality complex cocktail that seems very fancy, and then you realize it's just about measuring. Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And the garnish just makes it, it just makes it all the better. So
absolutely,
it's delicious.
I'm trying to catch up on all these comments. I never. Is it just me? Because I'm on here looking at the camera. I'm like, I missed all the comments. Oh wait, hey, that's Paul Weaver. Look at my daughter. Hey, Jordan. Hi, lovely. Shout outs to all my family, everybody checking in. Hey, what's up, Yvette? I see that. Look at our whiskey family checking in. I really appreciate everybody. Was there something else that we were supposed to talk about and have a good time about? Did I miss something?
Well, I have a comment. Hey, Taylor, if you would be so kind as to pan your camera around so you can show our whiskey fam all the ingredients again, show them what we're working with.
Sure. So a lot of them are in little jars. So we are working with a Mezcal. So you want to have a nice Mezcal on hand, which is going to, if you're not familiar with it, it's going to seem like a smoky tequila. Then we've got Giffard, which is very easy to find in liquor stores. And so that was your peach syrup, peach liqueur, sorry. And then fresh lemon juice.
Fresh.
Always fresh.
Always fresh.
We had a honey syrup, which is easy to make. Honey and water, heat it up. And the reason why you want to make the honey syrup and not the honey is the honey is going to coagulate and be chunky, and it's not going to actually get through the cocktail. So you're going to thin it out with a bit of warm water. And then,
how much of each should you use, Sailor?
So that's kind of like with simple syrup. Some people like to do 2 to 1 in the sugar, so it's heavier. So 2 cups, let's say, to 1 of sugar to 1 cup of water, or you can do 1 to 1. You can do the same thing with the honey syrup. I usually say get it to a consistency that you like and to the flavor that you like. You taste enough in it, but you know it's going to mix in that cocktail because you need everything to emulsify. You don't want it to separate, and if it's too heavy, it will separate. So you've got to thin it out.
Right.
And then we have the ginger syrup, which if you want to make this at home, very easy to make. You can actually take some fresh ginger, slice it up, put it in the water that you're going to use to boil your sugar, and boom, you've got ginger syrup. That's it. Very simple. Then regular simple syrup again. So what Speedy made you is professional, beautiful, gorgeous syrup. And again, you can use a 2 to 1 or a 1 to 1. With a turbinado sugar is a higher quality sugar than your plain white sugar. You can also use sugar in the raw. All you want to do is make sure that it's clear and it's thin enough to mix. You don't want it to be too thick. And then because I had trouble finding the Suze, and we talked about that, I have another bitter liqueur. So you can use any bitter liqueur in that Bredda Bredda. If you can find Suze, and it's Suze, I would suggest using the Suze. And if you can find a golden bitter liqueur, so it won't be red like this, it will be clear or yellow. And then Haley just posted in the comments, you guys, right here. You can find all the ingredients and the recipes at the link that Haley just posted. And if you have any questions at any time, this video stays on our Facebook page, so you can keep commenting on it and asking questions, and we're happy to answer for you.
Yeah.
Sugar packet from IHOP. Yes.
Yeah,
Keith.
thank you,
Perfect.
Taylor. I just wanted to make sure everyone had another opportunity to see what we were working with.
Yeah, sure. And Susan, I used so I'm a bit of an Amari freak, like ridiculously. So my collection of bitter liqueur is ridiculous. I just love that flavor. I drink it by itself. So this one, I actually used a Luxardo, and I took a little bit of oh crap! No, there's a Swiss one, and I cut it with that because it's a little more assertive. The Suze is a very assertive bitter liqueur, not as sweet. So that's kind of what you're looking for.
And this is the Suze.
That's the Suze. Yeah. Can you hold that a little bit closer? It's such a beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. Suze. It is gorgeous. So if you can find it, grab it, because I don't know why it's not for sale in the big stores anymore. Right. I don't know. Yeah. So,
and make sure you say it's pronounced Suze. And don't walk up and be like, yeah, let me get some Suze. Let me get that Suze.
Suze? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it is Suze.
That's what I said. Like, I'm telling you, I called her Brianna. I was like, Brianna, I'm looking for the Suze. Suze? It's Suze, girl. I was like, okay, got it. So don't sound like me. It's Suze. Yes, straight up. I think I'm catching up.
So Jay,
yes, ma'am.
If people want to have the Uncle Nearest shipped to their home, how would they go about doing that?
Shoot, girl, go to unclenearest.com, and when you go in there, purchase, and you can put in the promo code Liquid Gold, like my man Madison, Liquid Gold. Liquid Gold.
That was a good Mac impression.
Yeah, another one about other whiskey dads knocking it out. So Liquid Gold, and then they'll ship to you, and they'll give you free shipping. Is that right? I have to make sure I messed up on that one. Is that right?
That's right. That's right.
Okay, good. All right, good.
Yeah, Liquid Gold for free shipping. Otherwise, another thing you can do for us whiskey family, which really, really helps us, is if you go into your liquor store and you go, they don't carry Uncle Nearest. Guess how easy it is. Guess how easy it is. Okay, this is what you have to do. You literally go, hi, could you please bring in Uncle Nearest? Uncle Nearest whiskey. Spell it out for them. 1856, 1884, they're going to contact their distributor and they'll bring it into their store. It's that simple. Right. And that helps us out so much, especially because we were stuck at home for so long to keep everyone safe and ourselves during COVID. So literally just ask your liquor store.
Oh yeah.
And they'll bring it in.
Like you said, for sure. Because you get a lot of times folks will say, hey, I couldn't find it in my liquor store. So make sure you go in there and you ask them to order. Or the other thing you can do is, again, go to our website, which is extremely interactive and a wonderful website. It's like the best website I've ever seen in my life. So go to the website, unclenearest.com. There's a link on there at the top that says find. Click on that. Make sure you check the box for 1884 and 1856 and just type in your zip code and hit the search. And it'll tell you every bar, restaurant, and liquor store where you can find Uncle Nearest. So please do that too. You'll be surprised. You might have something that's like right around the corner. Like, I didn't even know they had it. So check it out there too. So we're all over, and all 50 states.
Kate has also reminded us that a lot of your local liquor stores recently during the quarantine have signed on to what's called Drizzly. Are you guys all familiar with Drizzly? Drizzly. Drizzly. So check Drizzly out. Drizzly delivers to your house. Hello. Yes. You know how you're hanging out on the couch and maybe like you're watching a movie. Uber Eats for liquor, and you're like, man, can you just send this to us? Also, another thing that's really important, and if my husband can hear me, I'm gonna ask him, husband, Could you please bring me a cocktail pouch? I want to show you guys something really cool. Kate, thank you so much for helping. Okay, so do you see these? You see these adorable little glasses? I don't know if it's difficult to see. So it's a little mason jar, and it has our 3 stars for Texas, for Tennessee on it, and it says our Uncle Nearest logo. We have them in 8 ounce and 16 ounces. Okay, and they have beautiful little gold tops to them. We also have pouches for cocktails, and the reason I'm telling you this is I don't know where my husband went. Give me 1 second.
So the reason why we have pouches is for the other aspect of not having to worry about glass. So therefore you have the plastic pouches. For those of us who are old school, they're kind of reminiscent of a Capri Sun, but for adults. So if I were you and you are able to do that, either order the to-go stuff if you're like a bar manager or a beverage director, and you can do to-go and have it on the patio or something like that, that would be really cool, and use the to-go pouches. Or if you want to keep it cool and do the glass mason jars, either one of those works out great. So depending on your state, depending on your situation, we can make it happen.
Look at this. So this is if your state has to-go cocktails, your favorite bar or restaurant, one of the best ways to keep them in business right now and help them out, and also help us out and help yourself out.
Amen.
To-go cocktail pouches. Look at that, right? Or some of them have, like I said, the jars for to-go cocktails. So ask your local restaurants and bars if they have to-go cocktails. And if they do, again, you can just send us a message and say, who's the local brand ambassador? We got to get to-go cocktails in my town. Because who wouldn't love to have a picnic with Uncle Nearest?
That's right. And then Kate also put on there, you can also see to-go cocktails near you on our website. So check out our website, y'all. It has everything you need. The only thing it cannot do is make you make great cocktails. You have to be trained by one of us, or watch this video religiously and see our podcast and see us get down with the lovely Lady Victoria. I think we plugged everything. Have we did it all?
So what do you think, Jay? Did I pass?
Oh, child, please, yes. Oh yeah, I know you would. Come on now.
And I
had no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt.
Do you know why I passed?
Because you were gifted by God and you had one hell of a trainer.
Come here, trainer. Come here, trainer.
I heard him say me.
And you got it right. This
Look at that guy.
Speedy.
He is absolutely awesome.
Hey man, appreciate you, bro.
Speedy is all things cocktail and definitely all things Uncle Nearest. So I am grateful for him. He is teaching me, has taught me so much, and I'm grateful for him. This is my guy right here.
So everybody watching, if you are in the state of Tennessee or the state of Alabama, and this man walks into your establishment, buy whatever the heck you're talking about. Like
that's right.
Like, yeah, sure, I got you. How many you want me to order? Yeah, do that.
Exactly.
My man.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Thanks again, Speedy, man.
Big ups to Speedy.
Big
ups to Speedy.
We gotta give a shout out to the lady who helped you out, who did some other shopping for you, who never hesitated to go to the store and grab some other stuff. A piece of love to that lady, Sherry Moore, right?
Absolutely. Sherry Moore has been wonderful.
Yeah.
So in fact, she was here with us, and she left so she could go home and watch the show at the house. So yeah, big ups to Sherry Moore, our director of whiskey operations.
The lovely director of whiskey operations. Now tell me, it's a crazy thing, you and Sherry's relationship. Can you tell us what that is, young lady?
Sherry Moore and I basically grew up together. Sherry's folks are from Lynchburg, and so whenever Sherry came to visit her grandmother, she also came to visit mine. And so Sherry's, my oldest sister and Sherry were extremely close growing up. I don't ever miss the opportunity to say Sherry is older than me. Sherry was friends with my oldest sister, okay?
Right on.
But no, in all honesty, Sherry's like family. I mean, she really is. And has been for as long as I can remember. So
That's
for those who don't know, Sherry Moore retired from Jack Daniel after 31 years of service. And she is now our director of whiskey operations. And she is truly a whiskey nerd. She is one heck of a woman. Just a good person. And I'm grateful for our friendship. I'm grateful for the family ties that we share. And it's awesome to be able to work with her. Of course, you know, I didn't see that coming, neither did Sherry. So we're having a good time working together.
That's right. And of course, again, you're Nearest Green's great-great-granddaughter. Before Sherry Moore, what was Sherry Moore's maiden name, by the way?
Well, Sherry is a descendant on Jack's side. Jack Daniel, that is.
She's a Motlow, right?
She is. Her grandmother, Sherry's grandmother, is a Motlow.
So it's beautiful how we're back together again, being that Nearest and Jack were starting this thing out, and now we at this point in time cementing the legacy, and here it is, Nearest great-great-granddaughter, and Jack's people, the Motlow, and she was descended kind of from that side. So right back together again. That is so beautiful. That you couldn't make this story up.
No, you cannot make it up. Some things were just meant to be. And thanks be to Fawn Weaver. Our story has come together, not coming together. Our story has come together, and we are doing great things together. Not just me and Sherry, but our whole team. It seems that every time that Fawn has a vision for something, and it comes to fruition very quickly. You know, we don't sit on things very long. You know, once Fawn Weaver says let's go, it's let's go. And so this thing was meant to be. Our story was meant to be told. The story of Nearest Green was meant to be told at such a time as this.
Right.
So, you know, everything is about timing and vision and execution. I'm grateful that we have all of those things working together for our good. So, Sherry Moore, shout out to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. and that leads into right now the big, huge announcement we had last week, right? About Together We Can, the Nearest and Jack initiative, $2.5 million given by both companies to create the Nearest and Jack initiative, which is to build up the Nearest Green distilling program, also to build more or to create and develop more African American master distillers in the spirits industry, as well as people within the spirits industry. Period. Just more African American
owners and leaders.
Director of marketing, all that type of stuff. So we have so much going on, and it's like you said, like when Fawn has a vision and thinks about something, it's go time. So
it's go time. And once again, you know, we're doing something that has not been done before. You know,
never
like
ever.
Our team. You know, we have many firsts, and the school.
All of them. We're doing all of the things that have never been done before.
All of them.
All of them.
You know, so it starts at the top and comes and trickles on down. As I said before, our team is extremely talented. You know, from the experience that you have in the spirits industry to the vision that our sales team has, and then of course being led by a woman like Fawn Weaver. So we're fortunate and extremely blessed.
Amen.
And it is a good thing. It is a good thing to be a part of this team. Beyond grateful for what we are doing right now in regards to the legacy of my great-great-grandfather.
I'm honored to tell the story, Victoria. I am so honored every day to have the purpose
You ain't lying.
And to know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and you know, whether I'm mixing cocktails or I'm out in the streets protesting or I'm hugging people. Well, I used to hug people in bars and restaurants. And I miss hugging people out there telling the story or doing this. I'm so honored that that I get to live through my passion, which is whiskey, for your family and your family's legacy. It's the deepest honor possible.
It is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. I know people keep, you know, they often wonder what my relationship is to Fawn. Fawn Weaver is, she is one hell of a woman. And what she's done for me personally, I cannot repay. So I won't cry, Sailor. I'm doing good about being a crybaby. But
I cried last night, so it's okay. I cried on a Zoom call with 100 people. It's fine.
Whenever I have the opportunity, I don't ever want it to go unnoticed about how I feel about the woman who's been so good to me. So I've always, like I said, I've always enjoyed making cocktails. I love whiskey. I know why I do, but what Fawn did was unlock that where I can do it all the time. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for her launching this brand, and I'm grateful for the tireless nights and days that she puts into making us who we are. And I'm grateful to y'all, you know, to each and every one of our team. I'm so grateful, and I love you dearly, you know. And when we all come together, man, what a good time we have, you know. Just like families do. We have a ball. So I'm looking forward to the time when we can all come together again.
Yeah.
Sailor, you mentioned you miss hugging. You know, right before I went to see Jay, I was out there in Seattle with you. And we had a great time. The folks over at Island Soul, they were wonderful. You know, we got to go to the Space Needle, and then we went to, what was the name of the wonderful restaurant we visited that night?
So shout out to Jerk Shack and Trey Lamont, a beautiful, powerful, talented young Black man who is a heck of a chef who is going to light the world on fire. I have no doubt.
Yes.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
Good
Food, atmosphere, service, they have it all.
And the love that night.
Folks. And the love that night. That was a wonderful evening. So this quarantine thing, that's what I miss. I miss being out there with the team. I miss being, you know, meeting the whiskey family, meeting those people who are interested in Near Screen's story, and sharing with them who he was and what he means today to the spirits industry. Because what we need to always be mindful of is that the charcoal filtering process that Near Screen mastered, that is what really put his name on the road to being who he is today. And so what he did back then is still relevant today. So in order to be a Tennessee whiskey, it has to go through the Lincoln County process that Near Screen perfected. So what he started over 160 years ago, it is relevant today.
Right on.
So I had the opportunity to make a cocktail with Speedy, of course, and that's going to be coming out over the weekend in regards to Father's Day. So I don't ever want people to think what Near Screen did, it was then, but it's still relevant now.
That's right.
So he left a lasting impression on the spirits industry, and thanks to Fawn Weaver, now everyone knows that, and we continue to cement his name in history. So cheers to Near Screen, and what he did over 160 years ago. Cheers to the fathers who will be celebrating on Sunday. That would be you, Jay Madison.
That's right.
And that would be Speedy, the guy who has been so wonderful to me.
That's right.
And cheers to unity and hope.
Amen. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Drink
I love
honorably.
that. And family. And cheers to family.
And family.
Cheers to family for sure. Together we can. Together we
can, and together we will.
Amen.
And together we are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right
absolutely.
Hey y'all, keep on fighting the fight.
So we live out our hashtag every day. We truly are more than whiskey.
You ain't lying.
And we are glad that we are a whiskey family, and we're thankful for all of you guys who support us and love us and undergird us and keep us going every day. So shout out to those who support us. We really, really appreciate you.
Oh yeah. I gotta give a quick shout out. So real fast before I get up out of here.
We're not listening to Morehouse.
Yeah, well I got it, of course. I gotta give a shout out to all my brothers from Morehouse, all the Kappa brothers, all the new. I saw you get on there, Devon Baker. I saw my saying, KB. So peace and love to y'all, yo.
I knew it.
Yeah, and I know.
Listen.
I know you're supposed to like all the cues. I know that, but I know the Kappa got your heart. I ain't gonna say nothing else because I'm gonna get you in trouble.
Look, you're not gonna get me put out. You are not gonna get me put out. So my brother's a Kappa, and of course right. I love the Kappas.
That's right.
But you know where my heart is, right?
Okay. All right. I get it.
Coleman love, good brother. Coleman love.
There you go. There we go. But I definitely want to give a shout to. I had a virtual happy hour yesterday with class of '94 Spelman and Morehouse alumni. So I want to say thank you to everybody that was on last night, and thank you all for all the love and support, because I hear that so much about, man, we love Uncle Nearest, and we love the fact that we learned about Uncle Nearest from you. So I really appreciate all the love and support I get from everybody that I know, from Cincinnati, Ohio to the AUC with Morehouse, Spelman, Clark, Mo Brown. Just a big shout out to everybody, and definitely all the Cap. I mean, the whole Divine Nine, everybody. I mean, the fraternity who support us so much. Big thank yous. I'm so happy to be, and I have such a source of pride to be working for who I'm working for, and to be working to where I'm working towards, and that's to cement the legacy of Nearest Green. And we're doing one hell of a job, and I'm so proud of us as an entire team on what we're doing. And so I'm thankful as hell, because I prayed for this job, and it came to me. And so I thank Fawn so much for making that call. So here I am, and trying to do what I do, and that's why I grind so much, and that's why I had you, Victoria, for I think it may have been a little bit over, maybe like 40 hours we had when you were here in Atlanta, and we were hitting it, girl. You tried
to kill me.
I had you hustling down. I had you hustling down for sure. But we had a great time, and I can't wait till all this COVID stuff is over with. But in the meantime, everyone, please stay safe. Take care of yourself. I love you all. Have a great Juneteenth tomorrow. Have a lovely Father's Day on Sunday. And I got to give a lovely shout out to my son. A happy birthday to you tomorrow on Juneteenth. I love you, sir.
Oh, that's an awesome birthday. Yay. Happy birthday.
He's upstairs, locked away in his room. I would love to grab the boy, but he's probably watching TV and like, leave me alone, Daddy.
Thank you so much, Victoria.
Thank you, Sailor. And
thank you for being with us.
Sailor, can you wrap us up with what we're doing tomorrow?
I sure can. Absolutely. So you guys, if I could ask you to please come back tomorrow night, same time, same place. Yeah. So that's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 7 p.m. Central, and then 5 p.m. Pacific time. So our beautiful, talented Chicago brand ambassador, Chastity Beasley, she is going to be with Miss Victoria, and the two of you will be with a guest from one of the curators, I believe, is that correct, from the Deuceable Museum in Chicago, to learn about the history, the foundation of Juneteenth celebrations, why we celebrate, why we should celebrate more, etc. Talk about Uncle Nearest. So please come back and join them right here tomorrow night for our Juneteenth celebration.
Oh yes, I'm looking forward to that Black Girl Magic. I really am.
Yes. And thank you all for joining us tonight. We really, really appreciate it.
And I worked on something too for next time we get on. I talked to my main man Alfonso at Parlor here in Atlanta, and my girl Audie right there. She's gonna get us the cocktail like we did with Breon tonight from Rocksteady. Yeah. I'm gonna give my girl Audie from Parlor. We're gonna come with some other cocktails and have you hook those up too. We're gonna have a good time.
Sounds good.
Love it.
All right. Well, thank you, Whiskey family. Thank you so much. So excited to be able to do this with Victoria and see so many of you. The amount of people in here tonight was amazing. We saw you all. We're going to continue to scroll through the comments and look at them. Again, you can find that link on our website for the recipes to these cocktails. That's my neighbor dog buddy. He wants me to give him treats. I see you, handsome. I'll be right there. Also, if you go to unclenearest.com/live is where you can find out about all of these shows that we do ahead of time. We post them there first. So we will continue to do these until I don't know, maybe forever. We don't know, but we're everywhere we possibly can be. And we love you and we thank you. And together we can, more than whiskey. Thank you so much and good night.
Good night.
I'll see y'all tomorrow at Parlor, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tomorrow.
I'll see y'all tomorrow right here.
Right here tomorrow.
Right here.
Black Girl Magic. Love you.
Black Girl Magic.
Love you, Victoria.
Thank you, Taylor. Love you. Love you, Jay.
Love you.